But she was making it to other people. For example, our nanny, she was calling fat and constantly asking her if she gained weight. Yeah, she's always constantly judging people's health, and it's kind of funny to me because she's a chunky little lady.
Fat! Yeah, that's what caught me so off guard.
She's built like Humpty Dumpty, and I only say that because, like, just to tell you, I would rather pay the attorneys double than what she's asking for, if that's what it takes. Like, I will never, ever concede to this type of shit. I don't care, and I'm just not an option.
Dan always gets these little jabs in at Ethan, doesn't he? It's constant. He's always trying to get in there and get a little, you know, get a little insult towards him or something like that. Do you hate Mexicans? No, dude. No, not at all. I've got nothing against Mexicans, as long as they stay in the... We're going to watch Ethan's response. It's quite robust. And I think the thing to bear in mind here is, as we're watching this, is like, you know, what would the potential risks be of the things that he says if they're not true? And obviously, if you're in the middle of having a lawsuit filed against you, then, yeah, obviously, you're going to have to make sure your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted in what you're saying. I think most legal teams would tell you to not say anything at all and to just maybe make a brief comment and then leave it at that. But obviously, you know, Ethan Klein doesn't really play by those rules and he just fucking says shit. So, anyway... Let's look at the response, and we'll be able to round off this this lawsuit coverage, hopefully. And yeah, that'll be that. Right, let's have a look.
And it is February the 10th.
Okay, I think we can skip forward a bit of this.
Had a fun. You know what? One is that over the weekend, it's like this shit never ends, bro. I swear to God. Yeah, it was Sunday, I think, or Saturday. I don't remember. We got sued by our former housekeeper, and then it was posted all over, like in Snark and YouTube Drama and all these psychotic freak places. Now we're getting emails from like Daily Beast. Isn't that a tabloid?
Daily Beast? No, not a tabloid.
Oh, Daily Mail.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was like so quick. How it got out, and he does go on to say about how quickly it got kind of passed around. But it's like, how did you even know that this existed? It seems so fucking unusual that, I mean, I don't think anyone could have guessed that this lawsuit was going to happen, and then it drops, and within a matter of a few days, it's getting posted about all over the place, you know? So I'm guessing this is like some sort of A-log thing, maybe? Maybe Ethan's got A-logs, and they found it, something like that, perhaps? But it was very quick.
Oh, is that a tabloid?
That's a tabloid.
Okay.
Is that who you got it from?
No, we got a mail from Daily Beast.
Okay.
Inquiring.
That's Jimmy Beast's publication, actually, yeah.
So, and it's like, well, I already put out a statement. Just fuck off. I already said it on Instagram, but I'm going to talk about it today.
I tied up an FBI agent.
I'm going to talk about this lawsuit today. You guys will enjoy it.
You and
Of Hassan Piker.
Oh, Hassan mentioned. Here we go.
So I guess I'll just talk about the lawsuit because everybody's being annoying about it, and I just want to set the record straight as soon as possible on this before Hassan reacts to it on stream or something.
Another Hassan mention.
Which I'm sure he's gonna do any day now.
Shut up.
Which is why I put out my my Instagram statement immediately. Let me read that. Let's start there. Oh, we don't have that.
I'll grab it one sec.
Yeah, it should be on the subreddit. So, my former housekeeper, Elizabeth, her name's in the complaint, filed a lawsuit for, I think, the charge is wrongful termination. Her allegation is that she needed time off to get her hernia treated, and then we just fired her, which is insane. It's insanely totally fabricated.
Insane.
I was talking.
Bro, okay. I don't know if he approves it with his lawyers or whatever, but that, I mean, I do think that Ethan's got a pretty coherent story here, right? And I did have some skepticism about particularly like the overtime claims made and the fact that they apparently were owed tens of thousands of dollars because they didn't take lunch breaks. Go and read the lawsuit. It's insane. We looked at it the other day. But that's like, that's pretty bold. That's pretty bold to say it's totally fabricated. I mean, that's fucking, you know, Jesus.
Yeah. she went to like briefly before this hernia surgery she was due for. She literally went back home to like Venezuela, took 3 weeks.
Whoa! What happened there? What the fuck happened there? Doxed? Or something? What the fuck? What could he have possibly said?
Yeah. Very good call.
It's just, I don't know why it's being provoked so much lately.
What the fuck would he have said there? He must have popped off or something.
That was the right choice.
Yeah, so I think it was 2 or 3 weeks. She
You probably want to restate.
Yeah. So briefly before this hernia thing happened, she took 2 or 3 weeks off to go back home to Venezuela, I think, to see her family get dental work. We paid her for the entire time she was gone. Like we don't.
Right.
We have never punished anybody for taking time off. We encourage people to take time off to do the things that they need to do. We pay people for their time off. It's so gross that this.
So, to me, I don't see Ethan being like a bad employer, right? He's like a kind of LA, like liberal kind of guy, and the way he carries himself, it was kind of insane to me to think that he would be like a bad employer, particularly when there's so much like public scrutiny and someone could come forward with a bad story, an actual bad story, and it would obviously fuck up his public image quite a lot. He's an LA liberal Jew. Yes, exactly. So he probably does treat his staff quite well, and I can imagine him doing something like that. So I'd be hard pressed to think that he would mistreat someone to that level. And also, yeah, obviously he's not proving it necessarily, but like this stacks up to me. I could imagine him, being the kind of guy who would be like, oh yeah, of course, go and take a few weeks off, go and sort yourself out. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Woman was a part of our family and would just turn around and do something like just straight up a lie about this hernia thing. It's so stupid. But and there's even more absurdness to it. Like, she filed a lawsuit. We have an arbitration clause, so she can't even sue us.
I don't think Chud caught the subtext. Oh, was that comment related to what we missed because of the button? What's that? What is it? I don't know. What's going on? What did I miss, dude? As I was saying, the fact he's willing to be so flexible with AB and allowing him to like take off episodes if it's a topic that is of sensitivity to him, stuff like that, So yeah.
Us. Also, like a California law, like apparently you can't sue individuals for.
Oh, what was that as well?
Even more hernia things. So stupid. But and there's even more absurdness to it. Like, she filed a lawsuit. We have an arbitration clause, so she can't even sue us. Also, like a California law.
Oh, I see. So that's where you're obligated to engage in arbitration before you file a lawsuit, right? Okay. Chud is kind of biased here, considering he hates minorities. He can't be super impartial about the foreign housekeeper. Send them back. Get back. You're fucking. Oh, we're calling ice on you, bitch.
Like, apparently you can't sue individuals for claims brought against the company. So, like, as a matter of law, the majority of this is going to be dismissed outright. And we have everything, all the complaints with HR. Like, everything is super well documented.
We should explain the complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, the main complaint, she's been doing this to a lot of people. And before, I was like, oh, she's...
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, and it's documented of bad behavior, then she's banged to rights, isn't she? I mean, what can you possibly say? If they've got documentation of repeated bad behavior and then her getting let go because of this behavior, that's it. That's nailed on at that point.
Just, she's like she said kind of similar shit to me, but I don't care about it. I go, she's like my mom. She just, you know, making these inappropriate comments. But she was making it to other people. For example, our nanny, she was calling fat and constantly asking her if she gained weight. And she would come to us and say, this is really upsetting me. It's really inappropriate. And of course, we completely agree. So we would sit her down with HR and give her like official warnings, being like, please just stop commenting on people's like private lives, their weight, whatever. Well, just please stop. And she kept doing it.
Based made. I mean, yeah, obviously we were going to say it's based and funny. The thing is obviously, yeah, in a work environment, it's like any work environment, right? You could say something that is totally and utterly acceptable in other circumstances, but because it's in the workplace, everyone has to work together to make sure it's a comfortable environment for all as best as possible. And then obviously if people cross the line, then yeah, you need to start fucking managing that behavior and then eventually getting rid of people if they can't, you know, moderate themselves. She's expected to not gossip. She's some old Latina. Old Latinas love fucking yapping and being catty. It's almost genetic behavior. Sure. Well, then you can't fucking work with other people then. You got to go work by yourself if you can't fucking behave yourself.
I mean, Love, you when you were you met her, right?
Yeah, I met her a couple of times, and much like you, though, is very like typical grandma jokes about.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
So she very nicely of you guys offered to stock the fridge with goods and like sodies and whatnot, and she asked me what I wanted, and when I was asked, she commented, I was like, are you sure you want that many sodas or snacks? So obviously, personally, it doesn't bother me, but to be exposed to that every day, that's not fun. You know?
Yeah, she's always constantly judging people's health, and it's kind of funny to me because she's a chunky little lady.
Yeah, that's what caught me so off guard.
She's built like Humpty Dumpty, and I only say that because, like, just to tell you.
That seems like a pretty risky thing to say when the person has filed a lawsuit against you. I'm no lawyer, but it's probably best to avoid comments like that, I would have thought. But what do I know? Maybe you can call someone Humpty Dumpty if they're suing you.
Is an irony there. Yeah. Yeah.
And she had a lot of energy. Don't get me wrong.
I think she was saying like kind of mean grandma energy is the right description. Like I think people know that archetype.
And that's why we were willing to be like, listen. I always liked her, okay, personally. And that's why I wanted to be like, listen, just stop, especially the thing with our housekeeper. Please just be professional with her, okay? And she kept doing it. And she kept doing shit like this where our housekeeper, or our nanny, let's say, made food or had lunch with the kids. And then she'd put their dishes in the sink. And then our Elizabeth, the one who's suing me, she would explicitly not wash the dishes because she was like, oh, that's your job. Like our kids' dishes. And our nanny has her hands full. Like she is busy as fuck. And it was like these little pathetic snide things.
Yeah, dude, if you pay someone for a task, especially what was this woman getting paid? $30 an hour. She was getting paid like $30 an hour. That's in the lawsuit. To do this. And you're not even going to wash up some dishes. Bro, do you understand? When it comes to, like, how old are Ethan's kids? I don't know how old his kids are. You know, but if they're like of a lower age, the washing up that you have to do for them, they've probably got a dishwasher as well, but the washing up you have to do is so easy, right? It's so straightforward. It's like a couple of plastic bowls or something like that, right? It's the most straightforward shit going. It takes like fucking 2 minutes to wash that shit up. So yeah, it is utterly insane to think that this person was apparently averse to doing like little fucking jobs like that. Oh, just wash that up. Which obviously he's claiming it. I don't know what is and isn't true, but if true, that's crazy.
That she was constantly doing. I literally had no choice.
That's kind of shit wages for where they live, to be honest. What, $30? Isn't that double what the minimum wage is in California? That's insane. $30 a month is decent money. That's a decent living.
I had zero choice but to fire her. In fact, I mean, if I didn't, it would have been an issue. It would have been another issue. Right. Because like at a certain point.
Amazon in that area probably starts at $25. Yeah, that's also a decent paycheck for the job that it is. $30 a month. I meant an hour. I meant an hour, obviously. Of course, it's not fucking $30 a month. Of course, I meant an hour. I misspoke. I misspoke. Okay. Exactly. I doubt she lives in the area. She probably commutes to get there, and probably lives in a cheaper part of LA. I would have presumed.
Point. It's like, you know, she's creating a hostile work environment.
Right. Yeah.
And so, you know, so we fired her. We did it through HR. Everything up and up. We gave her a very generous severance package because I cared about her and I didn't want to leave her high and dry.
Okay, but she's not an Amazon driver. She picks up clothes and cleans dishes. Not hard. Yeah, the actual mechanics of what she does is so straightforward, right? She basically has to do the shit that you do for free when you get home from work for someone else and get paid $30 an hour for that.
And yeah, so she ended up, she's been threatening us, I guess, for a while now. She contacted some employment attorneys, and they've been like,
Yeah, bro, she's not exactly a live streamer, is she? She's not able to react to videos. The laborious social batteries draining task of reacting to all this drama, okay? Much easier.
They were trying to shake us down for a lot of money. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was like in the six figures.
Wow. Jeez.
And so I was like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Man.
And you guys know me, like, one, we're completely in the right and we have everything documented. So I have nothing to fear by this going to, going to trial or whatever in front of a judge. And the second thing is, you guys know about me, is that I never fucking let people... I would rather pay the attorneys double than what she's asking for. If that's what it is. Like, I will never, ever concede to this types of shit. I don't care, and I'm just not an option. Like, my attorney was like, "Do you think we should just settle? Like, that'd be." I said, "No. There's no quarter left for her. She gets nothing. Good day, sir. Good day, ma'am." In the words of Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
You know. So it's just a totally bogus, pathetic lawsuit. And it's gonna be super easy to...
I mean, if you have it all logged and documented,
it's all logged.
The interventions and like having to talk to her about it multiple times or whatever, it sounds like you're in good shape.
It's ridiculous. It's all accounted for. So, and then the weird thing...
I mean, that was the primary thing when I looked at this. It was like, well, is this documented? He's saying that it is. It would be pretty insane to be talking about it like this if it's not true. I mean, you'd just be making a rod for your own back. It would work negatively against you.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Latina maid, yeah, I can almost guarantee you she brings her iPad to work and slowly folds laundry in the same spot while watching telenovelas. $30 an hour for that work is cushy, even in LA.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. On my kid's house, there's a cleaner.
Okay,
and
that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed
it's not,
people?
Not me who became a member.
I think it's like £42 for 3 hours work, I think, is the pay. But in any case, I mean, it's, it's like, it's difficult to know because you're not necessarily there. But there are obviously times when you look at it and you're like, oh, there's a bit of dust here, like after they've been, or you're like that, what's this dust, you know? So I don't think that any cleaner is going to do exactly what you want them to do in terms of cleaning it to the highest standard you would possibly want. But I could easily imagine that in those circumstances, they're there with the iPad, some Latino watching the fucking, what is it? What are they called? Those shows that you said the name of them. The Spanish soap operas and shit. Blah, 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 blah. Do all the fucking, the woman speaking like that. Blah, 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 blah. Telenovelas, yeah. Soperinos. Soap burritos. Dude, I don't fucking know. Anyway, stop being racist. You get the gist. So the point I'm trying to make is, yes, it probably is quite a cushy job. It probably is quite straightforward, and it sounds like they're kind of, taking the piss with this lawsuit. based on the lawsuit itself and his response. It seems like they've got nothing, essentially, but who knows?
Thing is that, so she filed this lawsuit. My attorneys hadn't even seen it yet somehow, within 24 hours of her filing this obscure lawsuit, it's on Snark and YouTube Drama. Even my attorney was like, how did they get that?
Yeah,
like, were they just sitting there refresh? Well, my attorney's like, she knows, and the attorneys know that this lawsuit is going to get absolutely eviscerated by a judge because it's just total nonsense. It needs to go to arbitration, and there's all these other illegal things like charging us individually when she's charging like our company that employed her. And so it's clearly been made public as a tactic to put pressure on us. Like, she's actually going that route.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it was sent from someone on her side to Snark or YouTube Drama or so on. I'd like to know how they acquired it.
I suppose it's possible. I'll offer an alternative, which is that somebody on that subreddit is maybe like dedicated enough hater that they've
refreshing
set up
the docket. That's
no, but like set up alerts or something. Like if your name
I don't
shows
think that's
up
a
in
thing for the docket.
I think it is a thing.
Well, my attorneys were like, my attorneys hadn't even.
Yeah, they must be. It like I don't think the timing of this as well. I think it speaks to something because it is literally just in the midst of all of this stuff that's happening with Hassan and Hassan's orbiters. And then this comes out, the snarkers get hold of it, and then lo and behold, all of Hassan's fucking retarded orbiters are shilling the same line on it, saying that Ethan's a terrible employer, saying that all the claims in the lawsuit are true without question, and so on, and so on, and so on. So yeah, I think that they've definitely played into the media landscape and how they've gone about handling this. So yeah.
Seen it. They didn't
right,
even
no,
see
I mean, it's wild, but you have some dedicated haters. What can I say?
She thinks it's orchestrated.
I mean, what you're saying does make sense if the tactic is to put public pressure on you to settle, which I guess makes sense.
That's absolutely, first of all,
but they don't know you.
In my opinion, that's absolutely.
If that was their plan, because.
Well, she only knows nice me.
Right.
Yeah. She doesn't know psycho me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But her son is a fan, and he's worked with us. It's a shame. He's a really nice guy.
Elizabeth was always a sweetheart to me.
Me too. Yeah.
But I'd heard about this issue in the past, so yeah.
Yeah, because in fact, the way, in fact, I think that's probably a good theory that there's this attempt to put public pressure to settle. Because looking at the lawsuit, it seemed like, I don't know what the term for it is, but like a sort of Hail Mary lawsuit in terms of you put a big lawsuit in with big claims. If it ever got to court, I don't think it would actually do anything, and I think it would probably be dismissed if it went further, or if it got to court, the other side would win.
That's wonderful.
But the idea is to get a settlement.
A
settlement. Thank you for the Prime sub. To get a big juicy settlement. Lawyer, presumably, I guess, probably working on contingency, so they'll get a cut of that. So there's very little risk to filing it, essentially. There's very little risk to filing it. It probably doesn't take like a tremendous amount of time to get that together. It's probably negligible in terms of the payout you could get at the other end. And then it all just gets put online within moments. And just to be clear, I obviously don't have a problem with lawsuits being publicly discussed and talked about. We just looked at, what was it? The NM poll divorce thing. I think that's totally fine. It's just, it just is so funny how it's got out so quickly when there isn't any attention on this. Because the lawsuit was filed like literally last week. So it is really quick. Because even Henry Resilient, he doesn't tend to get on like an initial suit until a little bit later down the line, And I think this NM poll thing has already been going on for a little while. And he's only just recently started talking about it. Whereas this, it was like within days. It was getting posted about by those weird leftoid Twitter accounts.
There was another one. What was the anecdote? Somebody else told me about it. What was it? It was something about.
What was that quote again?
She was doing this to everyone. It's really nuts. But I'm getting an update. There was another anecdote I heard.
What do you think about the? Where's what? Okay, guys. You've got to stop coming into chat and going, what do you think about this? I don't know. Who's Wes Watson? I got no fucking clue who Wes Watson is. I haven't got a single idea. Go and put it on my Discord and I'll take a look if it's interesting, okay? That's about the best you can do. I got no idea who that is.
I will say the weight comments are very common in Latino families.
Listen,
I have no idea why. If you're too skinny, they make a comment. If you're too big, they make a comment. And it's always, especially the big comments, always come from like a big person. It's always weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Middle Eastern
and that's
people
why
too.
I was like, that's why I was trying to give her some like grace. I was like, listen, just stop doing that, please.
Right, but
especially with our nanny who's expressed concern. You could say whatever you want to me. I don't care, right? But please, you have to stop doing this. And she just wouldn't. She couldn't help herself for some reason. She had to call her nanny fat. She could not control herself.
I have a family member who's had weight issues, being too skinny, and some other family members said, just don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Don't ever bring it up. And sure enough, as soon as that person walks in, right away, oh, you look so skinny. Have you lost weight? And it's like a tick. They can't help it.
It reminds me of somebody else I know. No wonder you had empathy for her.
What'd I do? Me?
Sometimes you can't help yourself.
About weight?
No, just in general about not being able to not say things.
I mean, listen, if I was working at a job.
Bro. Dan always gets these little jabs in at Ethan, doesn't he? It's constant. He's always trying to get in there and get a little, get a little insult towards him or something like that.
That I liked and wanted to stay at.
Yeah, no, it was...
Okay, wait, hang on, guys. Let's not soy out. He's not talking about Tourette's, okay? He's not talking about tics. He's talking about Ethan's tendency to say things which are optically bad or whatever, right? I mean, the best example I can think of this, of a bad thing that happened, was when he talked about someone on Instagram being Amaranth's husband, and it wasn't actually Amaranth's husband, and this random dude got a bunch of fucking, like, attention of H3 viewers for no reason.
They're
very
like,
reasonable ask.
Can you please stop calling someone fat? I'd be like, that's not a problem.
Right.
I nailed to the
I can manage
Dogmaster.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She couldn't not is hilarious. That's crazy.
For me personally, it depends on who the fatty is.
Right. What if they're a mean fatty?
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So there's another another person that worked in proximity to her that she told, who asked for time off for pregnancy, which obviously, again, that's we're happy to do that and support them. That's, you know what I mean? We respect and understand people have lives outside work. So she has 4 kids, and Elizabeth told her to stop having kids when it's too much. So she asked for time off because she's pregnant, and Elizabeth was like, "You need to stop having kids. It's too much." So I mean, listen, it's like when being a aggressive grandma goes wrong. It's just
Jesus.
But it's like the way she's coming at us is crazy.
Yeah, people are, dude, I'm not seeing the based side of this. In terms of, she just sounds like annoying. She sounds annoying and irritating to deal with. And that, like, I mean, imagine working with someone like that every aspect of your fucking life is being mentioned, discussed, and commented on. Like, we've all had co-workers like this. No one asked, Umbrella. Yeah, exactly. So it's annoying when you have to work with someone like that. As funny as it seems looking from the outside in. And then as a manager, having to deal with that behavior is very irritating because it's almost like instinctive. It's in their character. And then you've got to try and get them to stop doing it. And they just can't. They can't stop themselves from saying these things. And so then you've got to go through the management process. And then it becomes this really fucking obnoxious issue where you've got to take them down the HR route and write them up for stuff and document everything. And the easier thing would be for them to just stop being so fucking obnoxious and antisocial. But they just can't. They literally can't fucking stop themselves from doing it. And then, And then you have to feel bad because she's Lan. Give me a break. True. I don't think you have to. We're calling ice.
She did this when Hila gave birth to Sonny. She told our nanny. She asked if she's pregnant.
Jeez.
Oh,
She's
boy.
obviously not pregnant, by the way. So she asked her if she's pregnant. Can you imagine that? And then she also said, we have it written down, so Hila's telling me. She's saying, you're young, you should have lost weight. Or you're young, you should lose weight.
What the hell?
And so it's like comically absurd. And you have to at times fire people. You have to do it. It's just you have to.
Well,
do
like
it.
you said, if you didn't, you would have a problem on the other end. You'd be getting sued by your nanny for allowing a hostile work environment.
And I'll be honest, we love our nanny. She's
been with you guys forever now.
Since Teddy was born, and she's like so amazing. I'm very protective of her. She's been through other things, and I'm always wanting the best for her and to, make sure. So like for me, we take that very seriously when it's targeted towards her. And, what can you say? It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, you can sue anyone for anything, right? So obviously, it's great fodder for all the people that hate me to be like, oh, Ethan fired his housekeeper for asking for time off. It's like, no.
Yeah, explaining the fact that some people need to be fired to chronically unemployed or underage anti-fans is a losing battle. Yes, indeed. I mean, people just don't understand basic concepts. Like, some people are shit at their job or, cause issues in the workplace which makes their position untenable and eventually you have to let them go. As long as there's a process, I don't agree with that employment. I think that shit's fucking really bad. I think as long as there's a process, as long as you have some sort of recourse, as long as you're able to say your piece and tell your side of it, and that gets assessed accordingly, then yeah, I think that's totally fine. But this behaviour, stacked up over time, will eventually lead to you losing your job. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No. So fucking stupid. It's also pretty routine, I have to say, when you employ a lot of people, that this kind of stuff just happens from time to time. It's just unfortunately part of the game.
Ethan, as next level of hate is like, this is no one's business. I don't agree with that. I think this is everyone's business if they want it to be. At the end of the day, Ethan is a public figure and he presents himself as being a good employer. So if there's something that could potentially challenge that, I think that's a matter of public interest. But in this case, I don't think it is anything. Based on the way he's responding here, he'd have to be completely making all this up, which would be an absolutely insane thing to do when you're in the middle of being fucking sued. The lawsuit itself was quite slim on evidence, and it was just a bunch of claims being made. Some of those claims were just absurd on the face of it. So you'd have to be extremely biased to be looking at this fairly and assessing all the information and coming to the conclusion that definitively Ethan did something wrong here. I think you can think that. I think you can have that perspective. But to definitively conclude that he definitely did it is retarded because there's not enough evidence of that. And, he is, robustly refuting and pushing back on it all.
There's a lot of companies that will just settle. They'll just be like, it'll cost us less to pay you than pay the attorneys. So we'll settle and just move on.
I'm sure that's whatever lawyer jumped on this was assuming would happen because I think in 99 out of 100 cases that probably
the other problem with settling is even if you are in the right somehow, even if you come to some sort of agreement where it's a no-fault settlement, I mean, it still looks like you did something wrong, doesn't it? Because it's like, why would you settle if you could clear your name? And obviously Kevin Spacey had this situation where he ended up taking it down the line with it in civil court in the US because of the claim of that young actor, whatever it was. But yeah, I mean, obviously if you settle, people are going to reasonably intuit that there was some smoke there, because otherwise why would you bother settling something like that, even with the reasoning of, oh, but it will cost more, etc., etc. I think particularly if your, public perception is reliant on being clean in this area, then I think it would be more likely that you'd push forward,
what happens. But they found that one with you, boy.
I said she gets nothing. She gets nothing. I will spend way more money than she's asking for to make sure she gets nothing. Because that's how it is. Nobody fucking...
You're the pettiest man alive. It's a bad idea.
It's just... It's just fuck that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Bet you have nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ela wants to say for the record, and again, Icos, that our nanny is not fat. By the way, she is a lovely, beautiful
I
girl.
guess you should. We all know her, so we
No,
get the
she's
absurdity on its face. But like
amazing.
this woman, I mean, nobody deserves that, but especially in this case, it's just like what? Like she's just being so mean for no reason.
So mean, so mean.
Dude, older people, they just don't know boundaries. Like I sent a photo of my new
Especially in California, employment stuff is so complex and so expensive so fast, it's often better to just settle. The thing is, though, that's often like a company. Like, what does it fucking matter if some random Globo Corp Incorporated, whatever, settles a lawsuit? That would be one of many legal issues that they're having to contend with, right? And I've seen this play out in real life, where I've known people who have left somewhere and it's on bad terms, and they've negotiated some sort of settlement when really they're in the wrong. Like I've assessed and looked at the situation and gone, well, I think they're more in the wrong, the person that's getting fired, but they've managed to negotiate a settlement anyway in order to kind of like smooth things over and make sure there's not any like, you know, issues or something like that, you know, and then the company doesn't have to fucking get wrapped up in litigation should some sort of unfair suit claim come forward, you know, or a discrimination suit, something like that would be very complex. So yeah, big companies tend to do that, but obviously Ethan is reliant on his public image, so it makes sense that he would want to, you know, push it all the way forward rather than just accept a settlement.
apartment to my grandma. She was like, it looks a bit messy. I was like, okay. I just moved in.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying to...
smaller companies too. Sorry, yeah. Any company, any corporate entity, right? It doesn't matter if it's you know, a massive company. It could be a smaller company too.
It's been a different time, I guess.
I was just trying to think what she looks like, and I mean this with peace and love, right? I just trying to, so you guys understand. She's built like Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh my god,
Elizabeth. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty good. You guys know who? Like that's pretty good.
Sure.
And she's energetic. Like she zips around, and you know what I mean. She gets shit done.
Again, until this whole saga, you know, I had a very good impression of her. She was always very sweet. She was there during like the frenemies days, so it was basically like it was like Elizabeth, Ethan, Trisha, and me in the basement.
Yeah,
it's the crew.
The crew, yeah.
You know, and there's here. Let me see I put out an Instagram statement immediately because I was like, all right, well, let me just at least explain what the fuck this.
Yeah.
In Mexican, thank you to Adelie. Thank you so much for that dono. In Mexican culture, your family members find your insecurities and make it your nickname.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
the common ones are gordo, which means fat,
Sure,
and
yeah.
flaco, which means skinny. There's some other ones, but I feel like I can't say them just because maybe it could be translated wrong or offensive. I'm not sure what's offensive in
Do they for real call people gordo?
Yes, that's an extremely
100%.
common. It's more common with boys. They don't really call girls that.
That's fucked up. Hey, what's up, what's up, gordo? What's up, fatso?
Essentially, yeah.
I knew somebody who that was his nickname. Yeah.
The more
Gordita?
I work with Nate, the more I'm seeing the similarities between like Mexican culture and Arab culture. Arabs, they just say butter, which means cow.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Just
Like-
calling your kid cow.
Ouch. It's for
crazy.
real.
Rod him, couple.
Now, my response, by the way, was I'm pretty sure people were being downvoted and banned.
Do you hate Mexicans? No, dude. No, not at all. I got nothing against Mexicans. As long as they stay in their own country. No problem.
From YouTube Drama and Snark for posting my response.
Very good.
Great.
This is
What do you expect? You know.
The thing is, like, I just don't care anymore. Like, people,
Good.
they expect me to
You
feel.
honestly shouldn't. Like,
These people, Elizabeth and their lawyers thought I would feel bad and I'd be worried. These people are saying that I kill babies and that I do genocide. Like, this is a fucking walk in the park.
Right.
Oh, you fired me for asking for time off? Big fucking whoop.
let's put it in perspective.
Apparently, I killed like
Not even the worst thing
100,000
I've
children.
been accused of
Yeah.
this week.
It's just annoying, though. I'll admit, when I saw this, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then it was posted
Yeah,
by
of
this
course.
guy, Jake Chinatown,
Oh.
who
Was just threatening to-
famously a couple days before retweeted somebody saying they wanted to smash my children into an oak tree repeatedly by their ankles.
Yeah, bro.
He retweeted.
These people, I think Ethan even says something like this next. I have to rewatch this, as I said earlier. It's this like flexibility to what they care about, right? So they will repost some fucking nutter saying about swinging his kids into an oak tree. But now they apparently care deeply about someone getting fired for needing hernia surgery. And it's just claims in a lawsuit. There's not even a shred of evidence provided of any of it in the lawsuit itself. And they just believe it without any further thought or question. And then they act like they really care about that. Like, dude, these people are just fucked. It is quite literally just an ideologue aspect where it's about going at the people that you're against in any way that you can. Even if it ends up that you're simultaneously, signal boosting someone saying they want to slam their kids into a tree, or this, He
did that. And now he's pretending to care about a lawsuit.
Yeah. That's Chinatown, Jake.
Hey, that's exactly. Why is he obsessed with Chinatown? Isn't there a story about like incest and rape and shit? Like a little weird, bro.
Oh.
Sorry, spoiler. Chinatown made in like fucking the.
What's your argument? Well, at first I was wondering if you were confusing the story about the director.
No, that's what
because
it's about.
he also. That's Roman Polanski.
Polanski special.
But that's the bit. That's the end. They go, "It's my brother, my dad."
You love spoiling.
It's fucking Chinatown, bro. This movie's like 100 years old. It's a
side quest.
Even I've seen it.
It's had a resurgence.
And by the way, you're the one that provoked me to be more specific.
That's a little bit true.
Yeah, Dan, what do you have to say to that?
My bad. My bad.
Same as last time. It was your fault.
Yeah. Well, still, watch Chinatown or don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to like that movie
It's a
anymore?
great movie.
I don't even know.
Come on, Dan. It's Chinatown.
It's very old.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like young Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
But I prefer modern day Jack Nicholson.
Dude, it's just so, it's like, bro, this guy thinks it's fucking acceptable to talk about slamming his kids into a tree. I mean, like, fuck these people. Like, fuck all these people. They're totally deranged freaks. They're fucking jobless retard losers sat at fucking home all day, angrily fucking hammering shit out onto Twitter, seething all day. Like, fuck them.
Spilling chili at the Laker game.
Pulling up the basketball photo, right?
I love this is.
Yeah, they're annoying sure losers. He needs to ignore some of it, sometime just a little. So, whilst I agree that Ethan sometimes, pays attention to fucking morons that he shouldn't, right? That is an absolutely absurdly ridiculous comment when this person is posting a fucking lawsuit about them in order to smear them as some sort of terrible employer. I don't think that you can let this go. You can't let this go. This is something you have to respond to. And obviously, it's this Twitter account that is putting it out there that is then being spoken about and responded to by everyone else. So I don't think that I agree. Sure. Yeah, of course. Some stuff can be ignored and should be ignored. But it's reasonable that he wants to talk about this and respond to this.
The real motherfucker. This is a man who's out there living his goddamn life. Or here, hold on. I want to see the ones.
The one where he's like got like ketchup all over himself.
Yeah, he's always eating.
He should be stationed under a bridge.
Elizabeth got something to say about this guy right here. Look at this legend. This guy is a heartthrob. This guy is the leading probably of all the actors alive. He is like the most accomplished, best known.
He's up there.
He deserves to look like this.
Yeah, leading men in Hollywood. And here it's just
I mean, in general, he can't stand that he has haters, but the relationship is reciprocal. He will not stop responding. I mean, you could stop talking about the H3 Snark subreddit and it would still continue to post. Like, there's nothing you can... They will find whatever clip they can. Like, I have seen so many fucking insane clips on there that are getting framed in the most horrendous way. So, whilst I agree in principle, and I've said before that I think he kind of, loops on stuff and continues on with it and keeps talking about it, I agree with that. But I mean, this is one case where I'm like, I don't really think it's a relevant point. Like, he's totally correct and justified to respond. They were trying to signal boost some bullshit lawsuit to claim he's a bad employer.
Cheeseburger boy and some goddamn French fries, and his hair is nuts.
Yep.
He don't
worked hard
care.
for that.
He just don't give a fuck.
How old is he, man? I don't want him to die, but I mean, I guess he doesn't.
He's
care
getting
that
way up there.
Oh, he's 81.
Yeah.
87.
Well, whenever that was taken, he's probably older now.
He's
yeah.
87.
87.
No! Dude, okay, well, that's inspiring, man.
Well, get that's inspiring.
Yeah, you can live like that at 80.
Yeah.
Hell
He
yeah.
can do whatever he wants, man. Go for it, Jack.
He is the man. Yeah, I mean, he is the man for sure. Hold on, wasn't he in like Departed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long ago was that movie?
Almost 20 years ago now.
2006, I believe.
Because he was in
Is he
his
retired?
shit
He was
in that
in his,
movie.
probably in his 60s back then. He wasn't that old.
Jack Nicholson, I'm guessing, is retired now or something. Is that right? I can't remember the last time he was in a movie, to be honest.
I mean, old, but not.
He
that
looks
old.
like Tommy C.
I mean, listen, I've old people pretty much across the board in my experience eat the craziest food.
Yeah.
Will you be covering the Daniel Green allegations?
Yes, got it lined up. Thank you for the super chat.
Eat at like diners every day. They eat pancakes for breakfast. They eat bacon every morning. And I mean, look at this dude here.
Well, you're past giving a shit at that point.
Dude,
But, God bless him.
My grandpa's in a nursing home and he eats breakfast at 4 a.m. Lunch is at 10.
Holy smoke.
And dinner's at 2:30.
That's an insane schedule.
And he's
Wow.
like in bed by like 4:35.
Yeah.
Why does he wake up so early?
I'm like, where do you have to go? Do you got to be
That's
somewhere?
based.
Like,
When the employee's trying to leave early.
yeah, like I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Just spend your last few days chilling, like.
I guess that must be when he naturally wakes up. I doubt he's setting an alarm.
Oh fuck no.
Yeah. I don't.
Anyway,
I, can't
I think they-
imagine my
I think
ass
they-
ever getting up.
I think they talked more about the lawsuit again
Not
after this.
really. No, Adam. Yeah, it's him.
List your when me or Ela dies, right?
Well, we'll get back to the talk about the
Exactly.
allegations.
And they can't do the same for me.
Very.
What's up, Gordon?
Talk about the
For quite some
allegations.
time now.
He's not courtside anymore.
Nah.
DHL.
In America.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they
Don't
get back to
deliver
it, don't they?
It's like
Fat and asking that
Here
our
we go,
former
here we go, here we go,
housekeeper
here we
was
go.
fired for being horrifically rude to our boy's nanny, constantly calling her fat and asking when she gained all the weight. I gave her so many warnings, hoping she would stop, but she didn't. She was part of our family, and we treated her like it. I tried everything to salvage the relationship, but her conduct was inexcusable. It's all documented with HR, which hopefully makes this an easy matter to settle. It feels extremely violating to know that someone that close to our family can turn around and do something like this. The part about her asking for time off for hernia surgery is then being fired is 100% fabricated. Anyone that knows us or works for us knows that it is not something we would ever do. I care deeply for all of our employees and do everything in our power to do right by them. She tried to shake us down for a huge amount of money, which I immediately declined, knowing our innocence and refusing to ever concede to people like her. So,
Damn.
I'll tell you what, Jake, I'd like to grab this lawsuit by the ankles and slam it into an oak tree.
I mean, you could do that.
Oh my god.
It's an inanimate object.
How about that?
Okay, well,
Let's
how's
take
a
a
bit-
fucking someone that wants to murder your children violently and turn that into a gaff. Not many could do that.
Not many. Not many. Very few have the metal.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Not gonna lie, even if Ethan is right, Instagram paragraph praising Chris. Yeah, I've seen him respond. This is why I would agree with Babka. I've seen him respond to like complete shitters on Twitter, and in some cases they're like being, super edgy or ironic or something like that. And in that instance, I'm like, yeah, you can probably just ignore that. That doesn't seem worth meaningfully engaging with or responding to, So yeah, some of that stuff is fine. But this is fine. Fine to respond to this.
Oh,
guys
that's
tomorrow.
hot
I'm
too.
gonna go to bed.
She hasn't woke up. She's still sleeping.
No, she came back. Yeah,
Anywho.
she came back.
With Face Bank.
Anywho,
Face Banks.
But
I'm gonna go to bed.
Did it actually come out?
Yeah,
Well, they
she
posted
deleted
it and then they deleted it.
After that, she cried on it,
Oh, that's big one.
apologizing, and she said that all of the proceeds from the video would go to help
Why
the
did she erase
animals
it?
in the wildfires.
Wait, and
What
she
if
deleted
wait,
it.
what?
Yeah, she
So there's no
deleted it.
proceeds.
She cried. Wait, after or before?
She rug pulled those poor animals.
She cried on the podcast episode that they posted and then deleted.
So has she posted anything since they posted or deleted?
Let's see.
Why would she do that?
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
That's good.
Here's my Pookie.
She's such a cartoon character, bro.
Anyway, here's my Pookie.
She is Timmy
Dude,
Turner
Pookie.
down. For real.
Pookie.
Somebody asked, and I know you're being a wise guy, but I'll take it on.
This made me laugh.
Do you ever get sent death threats? I have in the past. Generally speaking, no, I don't really get like death threats necessarily. But you know, I tend not to pay attention to anything. If I ever get anything, I just ignore it. And to be honest with you, I probably don't see it. And stuff's filtered through to my Twitter inbox. You know, Discord messages are all filtered and shit. I don't know, dude. I just tend not to look. Cause what's the point? Who fucking cares about some fucking loser saying they're gonna kill you? Good luck. Good luck. I say good luck to you.
Somebody said Slim Killer. Oh. AB is still gone, by the way.
He just left. It wasn't a joke, man.
Why don't you stream on the weekend? Okay, Slim Killer. I'll take on. Here, I'm one man. We are a set of finite people that do this work. DHL is a conglomerate. This is a rotating group of millions of people to get the job done. Okay, take the lie. There's no lies being said here. You know what I mean? There's no excuse. What do you mean you're closed on the weekend? The world is, we are a global, you know, time is of the essence, man.
What does that sound like?
The people need the entertainment, Ethan.
Yeah, no, you're letting the world down.
You want to be here on the weekend, Nate?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
they just want Ethan.
No.
Yeah, we'd all be here. We'd all be here. It's Ethan.
I thought that was. I was like, is that Bo Blacks? I wasn't sure though. God, dude. What is it with Ortit? I mean, I sometimes peak the mic by shouting when I get annoyed about something, but like, he is like intentionally doing it repeatedly. Does he not understand what it's like to listen to from the other end?
Then that's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. You would be here 7 days a week, I'm sure.
Oh, I'd love to be.
Yeah, Dan, who's always like, can we fucking leave, please?
Speaking of the time,
let's thank our
I'm
sponsor.
gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That was a lie.
guys tomorrow.
Anything else to say about this before I move on? Let's see.
Anywho.
Yeah. It's really just a bunch of bullshit.
And no new pod episodes. They deleted it and no Fs.
That is so wild.
Anywho.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah, and the best part is that they're not allowing this to be posted on Snark or YouTube Drama. Fantastic.
Thank God.
It's very good.
We love it, folks, don't we?
It's very good.
These people, they
Wait,
don't
what? What's not allowed to be posted? His response. Is that right? Oh, speaking of YouTube Drama, wasn't there a thread about my Discord on there? And it got deleted under the Chuds being Chuds rule. Because everyone in there just says crazy like shit about rape and stuff like that. You got name dropped. Damn. That's like a sort of official of the Nazi party getting named. Or something like that. But it got removed. They took it down. They took it down at the Chuds being Chuds. I didn't see that much of it. I just saw a few comments. But one of them was like, what did you expect? And I think that's actually quite a good way of looking at it. It's like, well, what do you expect? Like a Discord of someone with the kind of content I make to be like. You know, and it's like, how could this possibly be up? And it's like, bro, you are literally entering the Discord and then presumably clicking to access spicy chat. And then obviously, right? You're getting a bunch of fucking edgy shit. Well, what do you expect? Very fucking weird. Like, is it really harming you or bothering you if you don't even have to fucking look at it? You can go somewhere else. Jesus.
I don't understand. Like, they've pushed me. They think that they can push me into like leaving the internet or something.
But you need to be careful though.
I have nothing left to lose in terms of like anything you could say about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. There's nothing you can say or do to me that will change my trajectory. And I'll tell you what, just wait, okay? Y'all think that, I'm just saying, there's lots of really fun. This nuke is not, there's a second nuke coming.
Yeah.
And it's coming fast and it's coming soon. And you guys are going to love it.
Hypersonic, would you say?
Hypersonic, Well,
uninterceptable.
Not that these guys even have basic rocket tech. You know, SAM. What are they called?
That's a surface-to-air missile.
Bro, honestly, I know that the most recent podcast he spoke about Hassan again, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. Hassan bad. Okay, I get it. I've got it for 2 years now, plus. But Jesus Christ, man, another nuke. What's possibly going to be in there? I mean, dude, I guess it's all of his old like bro code shit days. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you like it, that's up to you at the end of the day. If you want to, you know, if you want to get into it like that, but yeah.
I don't know if that would necessarily apply. Those don't carry warheads like nuclear.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even have SAM technology, let alone intercepting.
Who is Sam?
I don't know.
Have you thought about
that? So yeah.
All right, we got it. We're at 40 minutes.
Thank you so much to Shopify. I love these guys. If you are looking to get into e-com, if you are looking to make your dreams come true, it's the new year. It's time to make a new move. It's so easy. Anyone can do it.
You said the Teddy Fresh stuff showed the rot of the heart of his soul. I ain't forget. Yeah. Yeah, it does. You mean Hassan like acting like he doesn't like it now and getting and saying to homeless people? Yeah, I think that's fair. But I'm not gonna endlessly like, dude. I think there needs to be a cut off unless it's like particularly interesting to me. I'm so done. I'm checking out. I'm checking out of the Ethan Hassan drama. I'm done with it. It's over. It's over for me.
It is the best customizable, best.
Okay. Anyway, I guess that's the end of it, isn't it?
Everything.
I think it makes a few more comments, and that's the end.
After dollar performances.
Wow.
Here's
You're missing something.
Here's the complaint. Let's see here.
Oh, he goes with the complaint.
Complaint for damages. Let's see. Blah blah blah. Our information believe all.
Yes, I skipped the ad. Sue me. To be fair, it's a whole podcast, so I don't feel as bad as when I do when it's a video. But if you really, listen, I'll link it. I'll link it in case you really, really, really want to check the ads out. Okay. If you really want to check the ads out, I'll link it here. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
At all relevant
Go watch
times,
the ads.
Teddy Fresh was a California corporation. Blah blah. Oh, this is just statement of facts. Boring. This shit's boring. Let's get to the good shit. Plaintiff hereby re-alleges and incorporates by reference as though God, these right. It's so boring. Get on with it. Just say what I did.
Yapping.
Seriously.
Well, this is the second.
I don't understand what they want.
Well, that's why you have lawyers to go through these.
Yeah. Failure to engage in interactive process. I don't even know what that means. Failure to take all reasonable steps to prevent correct discrimination. Oh, what's the discrimination? By the way, provably wrong. Like I said, it's all well.
The discrimination, I think Dan mentions, but it's obviously if someone needs, it's obviously an absurd way. Like, wait a second, that's not quite right. We think a disability is more permanent. That's generally how we conceive of it. But if you're unable to work because you need hernia surgery, then legally speaking, that could be argued to be like a disability. And then they can get you on breaching disability laws because you're not dealing with it appropriately, and so on and so on and so on, right? I mean, it's obviously like legalese, essentially.
Well documented. Employers have an obligation to take all reasonable steps necessary to prevent discrimination from occurring.
Okay, that's wonderful.
What was the discrimination they're claiming?
Well, medical discrimination, right?
Oh, is that what?
I think I got banned for posting a picture of my 6-feet-long carpet python. I joked about bribing Stylo to not moderate me, and now I can't see the channel. I got raped.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, people don't like pet. We don't do pet posting in Spicy Chat, so generally speaking, you get removed if you do pet posting. But maybe Stylo can reverse that, as it was a one-off, perhaps. I don't know. I've got to be honest with you guys. I don't really care about the Discord and the way it's moderated. I got a message the other day about getting banned from Spicy Chat, and I totally ignored it, as I tend to. But you know, it wasn't you. No, I'm saying that, you know, you've got the power to reverse it, you know? I'm not saying it's your fault.
But how do I make money?
It just generally is you,
Low
isn't
Beezy
it?
and Friends became
Anyway.
a member. Low Beezy and Friends celebrates 11 months of membership. Stylo is fair.
Thank you very much for the membership.
Hired her because of the need for this surgery, supposedly.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it says by their conduct, including but not limited to not training their managers adequately in employee rights to reasonable accommodations and medical leave, and failing to engage in an interactive process. Wah! That's what I hear. Wah! They didn't talk to me. They didn't explain things to me. Well, we did. I'm being silly because it is important, actually.
Yeah.
We did, and it is important.
Thank you for.
Yeah, it's not.
You need to be active in your Discord. No, getting Discord drama is an absolute fucking waste of time, and I spend as little time as possible being worried or concerned about what's going on Discord, and it is, trust me, for the better.
Acknowledging that.
Seventh action. Oh,
Okay,
shit.
that's wonderful.
Retaliation and
Thank you for the
violation
super
of
chats.
platform. Yeah, so we retaliated for her asking time off. Wrongful termination. Damn, they really piled them on. Failure to pay meals and rest period. Okay. Uh-oh. 10th cause of action. Okay, whatever. So yeah, enjoy. If you're a snarker, there's all kinds of shit to sink your teeth into here, so enjoy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I just hope that when this gets thrown out with prejudice from the judge, that you'll cover that too. And I'm sure they will, right?
Of course.
That will be front page of Snark and YouTube
No, that'll
drama.
be big news. Oh, boy.
So yeah, that's that. Now, Dan, do you want to get started with the trimming?
Up to you.
Okay.
Up to you.
There we go. End of the segment. There we go. There we go. Anything like not letting her take 50-minute breaks or unpaid meal penalties or little compliance things is bullshit. Yeah, I said when I went over that segment, this seemed completely absurd and a total money grab. Like the idea that, you know, she wasn't taking lunch breaks and that was at the behest of Ethan. Like, it seems far more likely that she just herself chose not to take lunch breaks, if that's even true at all. You know, I think the point of the law is so that companies don't prevent their employees from taking breaks. But I don't think it's like, you know, I don't think it's reasonable to act like, oh, well, I didn't take lunch breaks and therefore you now owe me $60,000. I mean, that's insane. Was it 60,000? It was something like that. Well, yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, and what the lawyers will win on is if a company has not documented things, right? And I've worked for corporate companies and everything gets fucking documented, right? But some of these smaller companies or, you know, a local office where there's not as much focus on that kind of thing, on the compliance aspect, yeah, they'll look at it and they'll go, well, we don't have evidence to back any of this up. We might as well just settle, pay them out, and that'll be the end of it, you know?